With a focus on the Xitavo seed-exclusive soybean varieties, we've made our way to Sabin, Minnesota to check out the breeding station here. John Davies with us, soybean breeder. Talk to me about what we're doing here, John.
So we're at the main site here for the home yield trial plots. So this is an active breeding program that we started in 2022, and we're developing commercial varieties for farmers with the enlist trait, but also we've introduced a GMO trait to stack into the material and make that become available for the farmers.
So a relatively young facility here. Seems like a pretty aggressive start, though.
Yes, we've made a lot of inroads. Currently, we have our trials are at 37 locations. 21 of them are in the Dakotas and Minnesota. We've expanded pretty big, but that's what I was brought on to do, was expand the operation and get something out to farmers as soon as possible.
So from a local farmer perspective, why does that matter to have a research station right here and really in their backyard?
I think that's very important because when a farmer looks at data, he wants to look at data that's in his area, or at least regionally, that when he looks at the data, it sort of makes sense and it might translate to what he has on the farm rather than just giving a generalized multi-regional data set. You've also got here, obviously the breeding station is embedded within the region. So we're constantly getting feedback through agronomists and that from the local farmers of exactly what they want, because you can breed all you like, but at the end of the day, we've got to breed what farmers want.
How does that work? How do you get the feedback from the farmer?
So with the varieties that we already have out and the conversations they have at field days and various one-to-one interactions, the farmers, obviously there's two-way exchange. We obviously offer the products we have with the traits, and in return they tell us exactly what they want as far as plant type, yield, what trait packages, what they're seeing in the fields, and what needs to be addressed, both short-term and long-term.
So from that perspective, what are we working on specifically at this station?
At the end of the day, it's all about yield, but obviously you've got to have a phenotype that the farmer is willing to manage and work with as well. These days, obviously it's very difficult with the prices. What they are is to try and break the cost and actually make some sort of product. So yield is always the number one. What's really promising for us is, and with what the company has done, they've introduced a cereal cyst nematode GM trait to enhance the resistance to SCM, because a lot of the farmers are losing yield in the field and they don't even know it. Cereal cyst nematode is everywhere, sucking yield. The varieties that we're coming through now with that stacked on, the results to date look very promising about really trying to make a step up with the yield to try and make it more profitable for farmers.
And that's just nematode. It can have a pretty significant impact on bushel.
Yes, it varies a lot, but you could say at least it's going to suck at least 10% of the yield on that. And it's so widespread, and a lot of varieties. Traditionally, there's been resistance in through native traits, but we've been using the same native trait for so many years now, it's losing the resistance, and that's where the company has come up with something to stack on with that, enhance that resistance with a GMO, and the early results are very promising about jumping up the yields.
Let's talk about that for the Xitavo soybean seed exclusive varieties. What is the point of difference?
Basically, a lot of companies will sell seed that they didn't breed. So that what they're doing is in licensing from other companies that breeding. There's only about 5 breeding companies that sell seed and actually do the breeding as well. And of course, they also off license to other ones. What we have here, we're transitioning very quickly to having seed exclusive. All our new Nemasphere varieties will be seed exclusive. In other words, what I'm saying is this is internally development. So what you see there when you buy a bag of seed, it's not going to show up in someone else's bag with a different company name. It is unique, basically, what you grow.
So with that Xitavo soybean seed exclusive, those varieties, what does that, point of difference does that make for the grower?
Well, basically, what it does is give him some very unique germplasm. So you've got the unique germplasm side of it that's reaching for that increased yield, but you've also got that SCN trait that they may not have that option, or if they do, it'll be further down the road, which we probably license that trait out. But the difference is you will get something unique that is developed locally in this area, and hopefully will perform as we think it will.
What kind of results have we seen with trials right here locally?
We have seen increases in yield. There's no two ways about it. And it can range a lot. I mean, it can range from anywhere from 5 to 15% increase in yield. Obviously, we're still doing further advanced and elite testing at this stage, but at this point, the results are looking very promising. And we have no doubt that that increase in yield is really due to the presence of that SCN gene that's sort of trying to negate that 10% loss that I was telling you about before. So that's in part of it. And obviously it's the unique genetics that we're developing from our conventional programs that we introgress into the breeding program from there.
And we're pretty early in this whole process. This will continue to evolve as we move forward.
As with all breeding programs, it's an improvement every year. It's all additive. So each year you're getting better and better. You're knowing more about your varieties and what you put in with the parents. And that's the ultimate aim of any breeding operation is just try and be a little bit better every year.
What's the takeaway message for the farmers regarding the Xitavo soybean seed exclusive varieties?
I think with those varieties, you're going to get something unique in the bag that you probably won't see anywhere else. It's tested locally. It has the input of local farmers or what they want. The release procedure is fairly rigorous, so you will get a decent product that is very competitive with other varieties out there.
Great. Beautiful day. Thanks for joining us out here, John.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
John Davies with a soybean breeder as we're talking Xitavo soybean seed exclusive varieties.